Hello all, Bradley Jackson with the Tennessee Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Thank you all for joining us for our second session as we talk to legislative leaders today. Have Senator Bo Watson, Chair of the Senate Finance Ways and Means Committee. He joins us at his place of work, Park Ridge Medical Center in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Senator Watson, thank you for joining us.
Thank you. It's not often you get to see me in my other clothes and work. So maybe folks seeing this will realize that legislators often have two, sometimes three hats that they have to wear.
That's right. Yeah. Well, and I've gotten a hard time. I've not been shaving. I decided to today, but after seeing you, I should have gone ahead and not shaved. But just truly stands that we are staying home and we're following health guidelines here. Well, just to dive right back in, kind of continue our conversation on the budget and state government operations. Your committee ultimately approved, other legislative leaders, to approve of $150 million kind of in local grant dollars that can be used for what communities are facing with the COVID-19. Can you talk a little bit about that and some of the details around that $150 million?
Yeah, so I mean, we obviously realized that there was going to be a lot of economic stress, and particularly in the healthcare industry, because we were beginning to get the reports out of Italy, and we were starting to see a little bit around the U.S. the stress being placed on the healthcare system. So one of the things we did was we put in $150 million for health and safety grants, which will go to local governments and local communities. The first $75 million is actually available upon the governor's signature of the bill. The other $75 million will be available on July 1 when this budget actually goes into effect. So we were trying to make resources available to those with the greatest amount of need. We didn't know who that would be. We left a lot of flexibility to the finance and administration to figure out how best they want to dispense that money. We anticipated that something would be coming from the feds. So this money will marry up well with some of the federal relief that we are going to be seeing coming to Tennessee over the next month or so.
Do you have an idea around I've heard different numbers around about what Tennessee's portion kind of the federal relief package could be? If y'all have any idea or sense?
I think when it's all said and done, we're going to be between somewhere around $2.6 billion and $3 billion. And then, of course, some of that is formulated. There is a portion of that which, instead of coming to the state, will go directly to Nashville and Memphis because of their populations. And that was just an agreement that Congress came to when they passed the bill. There's been a lot of concern that other communities in the state will not receive any funding. That's not true. It's just it will pass through the state rather than be provided directly to them. So, I mean, it's a significant amount of money. We haven't seen, while we've seen the bill, we haven't seen all the details of how that money will be dispensed. I hope that there are as few strings attached to that money as possible so that the state can use the money in a way that is best for the citizens of Tennessee. I do think there is, small business administration relief in there, worker pay in there. There are a lot of different aspects of a $2 trillion bill, but that's coming to the state, we hope has enough freedom in it that we can use the money in the places that we see best.
Yeah. Well, on that same line, thinking through Tennessee's economy and kind of the impacts of the economy, you have a very unique position as having to balance the needs of the state and also versus what's happening in terms of our economy. I guess your perspective, what do you think kind of the impacts of this will be, and kind of the time frame and everything else?
Well, I think the impact is going to be significant. I mean, Tennessee has bragged and prided itself over the past few years about our tourism industry, and it's going to take a significant hit. Manufacturing, obviously, if people aren't working, then their ability to consume is reduced. So part of the federal package is to give people money so they can continue to consume, so manufacturers continue to build things. I do think that when we come out from under the virus, that there will be a quick recovery, but not an amount of time to completely offset the damage that will be done. It will take us several years to recover from the damage that's been done to the states, at least our revenues. And that, one of the great things that we've done in Tennessee is we run a fairly small state government, and we've saved a lot of money over the past couple of decades. And so we're in a position to where we can weather a storm. This is just a really, really big storm, and it's going to require all of us to kind of tighten our belts and be comfortable with the fact that we're not going to get as much as next year as we had this year.
Yeah. Well, thank you for your perspective. And with that, we'll wrap up. This is our second session with Senator Bo Watson. Thank you very much for joining us. And we've got one more session that you'll be joining us with on tomorrow. So thank you, Senator.
Yeah, don't miss it. It's a good one.
All right. Thank you.